Because you're lonely.
Why?
Because you're bored.
Why?
Because you're weak.
Why?
Because you're pathetic.
I want a call girl for Christmas.
Christmas is over.
I want a call girl for next Christmas.
Christmas is never coming back.
I want a call girl now.
You can't have one now.
Why?
Because call girls are for grown men.
Why?
Because you're a little girl.
Why?
Because that's the way God made you.
Why?
Because God has a master plan.
He does?
Maybe.
He does?
Maybe not.
I want a master plan for my birthday.
Your birthday's over.
I want a master plan for my next birthday.
Your birthday is never coming back.
I want a master plan now.
You can't have one now!
Why?
Because master plans are overpriced.
Why?
Because master plans are overrated.
Why?
Because master plans are underfunded.
Why?
Because master plans are all sold out.
I want to be a grown man.
Don't be silly. You want to be Helen Keller.
I want God to make me into a grown man.
Don't be silly. You want God to make you into Helen Keller.
Grown men are the luckiest.
Helen Keller was lucky.
Helen Keller wasn't lucky.
Helen Keller was very lucky.
Why?
Because Helen Keller endured the unendurable.
Why?
Helen Keller achieved the unachievable.
Why?
Because Helen Keller surpassed the unsurpassable.
Why?
Because Helen Keller stood the test of time.
I want to stand the test of time.
Don't be silly. You have to be dead to stand the test of time.
Oh.
You have to be a dead grown man to stand the test of time.
Helen Keller wasn't a dead grown man.
Helen Keller was an exception to the rule.
I want to be an exception to the rule for Halloween.
Halloween is over.
I want to be an exception to the rule next Halloween.
Halloween is never coming back.
I want to be an exception to the rule now.
Well, you can't be one now.
Why?
Because you have to be weird to be an exception to the rule.
Why?
Because you have to be foreign to be an exception to the rule.
Why?
Because you have to be 8 to be an exception.
Why?
Because I've already accepted after Sue.
I want to be.
You will. If you're lucky.
I want to be lucky.
You will. If you're weird.
I want to be weird.
You will. If you're foreign.
I don't get it.
There's nothing to get.
I want to be a dead grown man.
See what I can do.
I want to be a dead grown man who stood the test of time.
I'll see what I can do.
I want to be a dead grown man who stood the test of time with a master plan.
See what I can do. The Tooth Fairy says that you're going to follow in my footsteps. The Tooth Fairy says that The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Did you know that razor blades hide in apples, and when you bite into them, they slice up your mouth and cut up your throat, and you can't scream for help because your vocal cords are missing and your tongue is gone?
Tooth Fairy says you're going to follow in my footsteps.
What if I hate you? What if I hate your fat footsteps?
Good news. Paint is a form of love.
Not in my book.
You don't have a book.
Not in my book, it isn't.
You're too young to have a book. On the night you were born, it was snowing and raining at the exact same time. And the lake looked like it was boiling.
Boiling?
The fog was thick, like soup. It took forever to get to the hospital. And I pushed. And I pushed. You were stuck. And then you were in distress. It was the longest minute of my life. Except for this one.
And then what?
The end.
Did you skip my favorite part where I was a girl?
Don't play favorites.
Takes one to know one.
Oh, I know you are. What am I?
Let that be a lesson to you.
You started it.
Serves you right. Let's play house.
Don't be silly. There's no body to play.
Let's play hide and seek.
Don't be silly. There's no place to hide.
Let's play tag.
Bad news. You can run, but you just can't hide.